What's up guys, Limitless here. In today's video we're going to cover how to bust through fat loss plateaus when dieting down. So let's say you started a diet. The weeks are going by and everything is going great. Your clothes are fitting better, you're starting to see some cuts and striations, but all of a sudden all of that comes to a screeching halt. You notice that the number on the scale is the same as the week before. Then another week goes by. Same thing. You can't for the life of you figure out what the heck is going on. But after giving it some thought, you realize that you've hit a fat loss plateau. When you've been dieting for a while, there'll inevitably come a point in which your body adapts to the strategies you've been applying to lose fat. Let's take this scenario. Say you started off your diet at 200 pounds. Your maintenance calories were 2,800. You decided to create a 500 calorie deficit. You are now consuming 2,300 calories. The weeks go by and now you've dropped to 185 pounds when your fat loss suddenly stops. If you take a step back and think about it, you've essentially become a smaller person, and therefore your body requires less energy to operate. Your basal metabolic rate is now much lower, and although 2,300 calories may have been a deficit when you were closer to 200 pounds, now that you are smaller, this might not even be a deficit at all. This is why you suddenly stop losing weight. So at this point you might be thinking to yourself, okay, well, what do I do now? Don't worry, Label Lifts has got you covered. Number one, make sure you're still tracking your calories correctly. First things first, before you do anything else, be completely honest with yourself. Are you still accurately tracking your daily calories and macros? When dieting for a prolonged period of time, it's easy to get lazy and not track all of your meals. Trust me, this is something I've done in the past myself. Become accustomed to eating the same meals. So in your head, you think you know how many calories each food contains, but in reality, you might be eating more than you think. Say you're prepping your food for the week, and you throw a heaping spoonful of whatever you're making into your Tupperware container. You might think to yourself, oh sure, that's roughly a cup, but in reality, it's actually a cup and a half. It's the little things like this that add up over time and will put you over your target calories for the day. Number two, reduce your calories. Okay, so say you're dialed in and tracking all of your calories, but still aren't losing any weight. The next thing you need to do is to reduce your calories even more, since your body has adjusted to your previous calorie intake. Don't cut them back by another 500. That's way too much and you're going to be completely miserable. Instead, a good rule of thumb is to cut them back 10% from your previous deficit. So going back to our scenario, 10% of our previous calorie deficit, 2,300 calories, will be 230 calories. So we subtract that and get our new deficit, 2,070 calories. This is how you create a new deficit, by cutting back your food intake even more. Number three, increase your overall calorie expenditure. In order to create an even larger deficit, increase your overall calorie expenditure. This means getting your body moving even more. Say you were performing 30 minutes of cardio every other day, now bump that up to every single day. And if you were already doing that, bump it up to 45 minutes or even 60 minutes. And also try to think about ways to increase your overall need and find ways to move around more in your day-to-day life in order to burn more calories. There's a ton of different ways to do this. Check out my video on NEAT in order to learn more about it. By doing this, you'll be burning additional calories and thus creating an even larger deficit. Remember guys, fat loss is a journey and it's not going to happen overnight. You have to practice patience and discipline. On that journey, you'll encounter little road bumps like plateaus, but don't let that discourage you. You can easily overcome them. You just have to take a strategic approach and you will reach your fitness goals. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys now have a better understanding on how to tackle fat loss plateaus on your fitness journey. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Label Lifts, signing out. Have a good one, guys.